My next Patreon question is from Niall, who wanted to know my thoughts on one of the biggest entertainment mergers of recent memory. On March 20th, 2019, Disney purchased Fox for $52.4 billion. Ever since its announcement on December 6, 2017, there have been many antitrust concerns over the deal, and I'm wondering what you think of the deal and its potential effect on the film industry. For example, studios feeling they need to be bought or merged with to survive. The Disney-Fox merger is certainly one I've had mixed feelings about, but before I get into that, I want to clear up some misconceptions I keep seeing. One I've noticed in response to people voicing the opposition is, well, Fox wanted to sell. Actually, they did not. Rupert Murdoch, the head of their former parent company News Corp, was the one who chose to sell 20th Century Fox to Disney because he wanted to focus on his news and sports empires. Stacey Snider, who was running Fox at the time, even found out about the merger at the exact same time as the rest of us, and was reportedly blindsided by the news. The other claim I keep seeing from people is Fox was failing and close to bankruptcy. They were going to be sold anyway. 20th Century Fox was actually doing very well when the merger was initially announced in December 2017. That year they had success with a number of movies, including Logan, Murder on the Orient Express, Hidden Figures, War for the Planet of the Apes, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and The Boss Baby. The truth is, I've not been the biggest fan of the merger. I like Disney, and they've done well with purchasing production companies like Lucasfilm, Pixar, and Marvel Studios. However, buying up one of the biggest movie studios in the world is a different matter. 20th Century Fox is, or was, one of the 6 majors, and it's a strange feeling seeing it gobbled up by another major. I was actually rooting for Apple, which has expressed interest in entering the movie business, to buy Fox. They probably could have outbid Disney, as their net worth is a lot bigger. But Disney really wanted content for their new streaming service, and so here we are. Alan Horn, the chief creative officer of Walt Disney Studios, is now overseeing what Fox properties are greenlit, even though President Emma Watts remains in charge of the studio. Horn has certainly proven himself able to find successful movies to produce, although one could argue Kevin Feige is responsible for Marvel's hits, Kathleen Kennedy for Lucasfilm's Star Wars successes, and the Pixar and Disney Animation Brain Trust for their mega hits. And well, it was not exactly a challenge to turn the Beauty and the Beast and Lion King remakes into billion-dollar blockbusters. I think, similar to Feige and Kennedy, Emma Watts should be allowed to do her job and greenlight whatever movies she wants Fox to make. The studio has been doing well for almost 85 years now, without the guidance of Disney. After the purchase of Fox, Disney now controls 40% of the marketplace. So we effectively have one person, Alan Horn, choosing a good amount of movies that hit our local multiplex. The other bothersome downside is people are now obsessed with mergers, also buoyed by AT&T buying what used to be Time Warner, and Viacom and CBS becoming one company again. I keep seeing suggestions that Sony Corp should sell their Sony Entertainment division, even though the current president, Kenichiro Yoshida, has said multiple times that they will never sell, and that SPE is one of Sony's most important assets. I know most people will point to 20th Century Fox's disappointing box office performance this year, and yes, it's certainly been underwhelming. But it's more to do with Fox suddenly finding itself working under new leadership and the marketing teams being entirely replaced. Admittedly, I don't think Stuber and The Art of Racing in the Rain were ever going to do big numbers, but I do have some hope for Ford vs. Ferrari and Spies in Disguise doing well. Ferrari is a classic sort of Fox movie, with its big-name actors, crowd-pleasing spectacle, and serious Oscar potential. Bob Iger has even started hyping the movie up at in-street events. And Blue Sky is a consistently successful animation studio, and Spies appears to have a good mix of secret agent action and animated comedy that could be appealing to audiences over Christmas. Blue Sky was something I was concerned about when the merger was announced. But with the appointment of Disney animation head Andrew Milstein to run the studio, it seems Disney is intent on keeping Scrat's home intact. There have also been questions about Fox Searchlight. However, Disney did allow them to spend about $14 million on the new Terrence Malick film A Hidden Life at Cannes, and Taika Waititi's new comedy Jojo Rabbit has been getting an enormous amount of buzz, which will hopefully translate to ticket sales. If Disney is going to own this legendary studio, I want Iger and Horn to recognize what the studio does best. Some of the biggest successes of recent years have been movies like Hidden Figures, The Revenant, and The Martian, films catered to adults that tell compelling stories and are not merely franchise fodder. Although, yes, they have built solid franchises of their own too. But there was a time when Alien, Kingsman, and Planet of the Apes were just one movie, telling a single story that nonetheless enthralled audiences. It's still early days, of course, and outsiders like ourselves only really know things told to us in the trades. I just want Emma Watts to keep championing the movies she wants to make, and that Iger and Horn will listen. Do I like this merger? Not really. Am I uncertain about the future of 20th Century Fox? Certainly. So all I'm asking Disney is to understand the history of the studio, treat it well, and let movie theaters play Die Hard and Home Alone at Christmas again. Do you not like making money or something? Thank you for your question, Niall.